Alright, so today what we're going to look at is Forza Horizon 4, how to beat the trial. The trial is one of the weekly quest things that changes every week, but it's always you and a team of players against a bunch of AIs, and it's a team race format, so you're kind of screwed if everybody on your team is bad. So you really want to maximize your chances to win, or else you gotta play it multiple times. So what we're gonna do here is, first of all, find it on the map, turn on all the seasonal stuff, and we'll look for it. Let's see, there it is. Always got this icon here. We see our car restrictions is S1 Classic Racers. What we're going to want to do is pick a classic racer car and upgrade it to S1 so that we have a really good car for this challenge. We also see it's a road racing series, so we want to make sure our car is built for the road in this case. Sometimes it's a dirt racing series. The only ones that have really given me trouble is the cross-country ones, because the AI doesn't follow the same physics. So the AI is basically OP on cross-country. But yeah, in this case, we're doing S1 Road Racing Series. We definitely want to get the winter tires because it's winter and it's like a high enough category that it's definitely going to matter. If it was a B-class car, then maybe we wouldn't get the winter tires, but in this case we definitely will. So let's just go back to Festival, pick ourselves out a car to upgrade. Let's see, my cars. We're gonna filter these, find the classic racers, sort these by class. I've already upgraded several of the cars in this class, but want to start with something kind of low so that we can make sure that we get the exact upgrades we want, but we don't really want anything too low. Got a few of these same cars here. We don't want anything too low, or else the problem is it won't allow us to get some of the upgrades we want. So let me think here. Go for this GT40 Mark 1. So, gonna go straight to the upgrades here, custom upgrade, and first thing is the tires. Definitely want those snow tires. Even though we're not off-roading, they stick to the road a lot better for when the road is icy. So some areas of the road will be super icy, some of them won't be icy at all. Next thing I want to do is look at what the race weight upgrade does, which is not a whole lot. Sometimes it's a whole lot. So for S1, I'm typically looking to get 1.36 or so aerial G's on. I think I do that on the 120 miles per hour. So to get that, I have to have some aero. on the front and the back. Help keep the wheels on the ground. And then weight reduction also helps. Brakes are usually not an important upgrade, but they do take off a significant amount of weight. In this case, 45 pounds if I were to upgrade to the race brakes. But yeah, we'll go with it. Let's look at the springs while I'm at it. Race springs will be good. Drivetrain. I love me a race trans. Always get the race differential because it doesn't cost anything. Where are we at on that? Still at 1.25 lateral. Not very exciting. We do for an engine here. Where are we at on top speed? Anyways, pretty good. The engine, it's another thing where sometimes the upgrade will take off a couple 100 pounds, but in this case the engine's heavier on all of them. I really want to upgrade my lateral G's, but I think that's probably not going to happen. Definitely need the all-wheel drive for the forgot to grab that first. Get the race transmission after you change the drivetrain, or else it sets. So I think then in the end we're gonna actually try to look for a different car. So a car doesn't give us the handling I'm looking for. Shoot. Sort by type. We're gonna instead. This to all-wheel drive. Oof. Wrong one. Alright. On this one, no weight reduction that we can do. I guess it's already 3 springs. Let me look at the arrow that we can change. Oh, bad about the tires. Shoot. That puts us over on this one. Can't use that car. So for the winter, pretty much a necessity to have all-wheel drive. not doing. And snow tires. If it's a above a B class race. You can still get snow tires in a B. But yeah, slower speed situation. Shoot. What was that other one I did before? I think we'll just go back to. Alright. So, all-wheel drive. Arrow. Race strands. So I sure love race strands. Springs. Wait. I think one of my tires. And now we can look at what else we want to get. So, rear tire width. Bit more handling. It does make the car a little bit heavier, but we're gonna see at this point. Front tire width, I usually don't get. Because it's for whatever reason, it's always more expensive for rear tire width. Sometimes the rear tire width upgrade actually decreases your point cost, or whatever they call it. Let's just take off some extra weight here. Let's take off the weight on the brakes again. Some of these will wait all. That increase the weight, so with that one. Actually, I want to engine swap, because this would actually be good. A little heavier, but okay with that. Let's see. Exhaust. We go for the exhaust first, because that gives us almost 100 pounds off. Just grab a couple other wrenches. Try to get us right on the money. Then let's see. What do I do next? Let's see if but in this case they put me over the limit, so I won't do that. Then is a few pounds of roll bars, and I think of alright. We got our upgrades. Now we gotta do a little bit of tuning. I'm gonna go with my standard 3, 2, 1.5, 1.2, 1.86 that I mentioned in my little gear ratios guide, and see what the top speed goes to. Let's see, we got a 203, Go 3.1. Going down. Okay. Our top speed is somewhere around 203. But we're in the winter, so we're definitely not gonna get there. So we're gonna bring it down quite a bit. Ourselves some faster acceleration. And let's see. Yeah, we do not have the lateral G's that I want, but that probably won't be a problem. For camber, a lot of cars I end up at negative 0.3 and negative 0.8. Well, we'll give it a test. Let's see. They're about fun. Maybe see what the weight of the car is and the balance or whatever. Alright, 42% front and 2,000 pounds. So we're looking at roughly 800 pounds on the front tires and 1,200 on the back tires. Roughly. Normally I'd do a spreadsheet calculation, figure out exactly what I'm going for, but let's see. But for this, usually I put it 800 divided by 2.5. Calculator. 320 pounds. I'm gonna go for on the front. And 1,200 2 is what I'm gonna go for on the back, so 600 on the back. All right. Leave that other stuff. We'll leave that stuff. Leave that stuff. Brake balance. So what we want to do is put the brakes more towards the rear tires. Now in Forza, this brake balance thing is messed up. So if you put it towards the front like it says here, that means the rear brakes will lock up first. It's just messed up. I don't know why they did that. In this case, I'll put it at 65% because the car's heavier in the rear also. And let's see, braking force, I put a little higher, just that's kind of a preference thing. And then acceleration balance, let's see, we were at 42% front, which is 58%. And usually I go 5% past the weight balance, so 63. Acceleration, like pretty high. That pretty high. Like that. Now this is whether you brake while you're turning or whatever. It's where it mostly comes into play. Like going into turns, deceleration. If you turn while you're braking, you need lower numbers or else it won't turn very much. And then same thing with acceleration. If you're accelerating while still turning, you want lower numbers. You only accelerate once you get going straight again, you want high numbers. And yeah, you can get problems. So let's see here. Alright. So it looks like our first gear is not too shabby. I wasn't sure if the tires might slip. It seems like they're doing good. I realize this is kind of turned into a tuning guide. General tuning guide. Whoops. I don't want whatever that is. I want it to be currently invisible official drag race. Gonna double check here as far as making sure the tires don't slip at the start of the race. And I think our car is pretty good. Alright, next we're going to look at the camber of the car. While we're turning, what I like to do is go to that circle or this circle up here. I'm going to look at the telemetry, the camber of the tire. If the camber is good, then the tires on the outside of the turn will be roughly, well, basically as close to zero as possible when we're driving at a constant speed and turning. That means we have like perfect lateral acceleration. I guess what I could do, if we look at this thing, we want to be with that thing like as perfect as possible, I guess you could say. Perfect to the side. Got a little too much positive camber. I'm gonna tune it a bit. I forgot what it was at. Something like that. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm gonna take off back. Alright. Oh, I forgot. One other thing. What we can do to help our lateral G's. This will hurt our top speed a little bit. And our acceleration. Because this will increase the wind resistance. But in this case, since our lateral G's isn't where I want it to be, I think it'll be worth it. Alright. Let's test this baby out. Oh, here's some of that icy road. Man, we're still accelerating nice and fast on the icy road. That's a good sign. If we didn't, I would have possibly wanted to change the gears so the first gear is slower. But we did not have that problem. So since it's a team race, if you have a bunch of noobs on your team that are just bad at driving, or they have really crappy cars that they didn't upgrade, for example, if they use their stock rear-wheel drive car, they're probably gonna get owned. So sometimes what you have to do is get ahead of the AI and then slow down to actually slow down the AI cars so that your noob teammates can catch up. Because you can get first place on this but still lose if your team is really bad. Practice driving some roads here. Get a bit of a feel for the car. Pretty good. It's kind of sharp. I don't know what horses were going on after that first one. First one is this one, but I don't know what ones come after that. So all in all, our car should be very good for this though. I found there's like a streamer mode, so I don't have to worry about muting and unmuting the game sound because of the stupid music that pops up at random loading screens and stuff. So let's see, we got a guy with an 828 point car. He probably sucks. I mean, none of them are 900 point cars, but 899 is not too bad if it's a upgraded car. But overall, it looks like our team is trolling us. Definitely want to get in front of these AI and slow them down as much as I can. So, can't tell, I'm going very slow. I'm not holding down the throttle, I'm just trying to slow down the AI guys so that my team can get ahead. Alright, now my team's actually going somewhere. Yeah, it looks like our team is either not using the snow tires or super bad at steering. This guy definitely don't have snow tires. Let's hang out back here. Make sure the AI doesn't catch up to him. Blow this guy down. Just watching my rear view mirror on the left there. Get back in front of him. You get a couple of them on you, sometimes they become hard to block. This AI guy not even have snow tires because he's sliding all over the place. I mean, the AI doesn't actually follow the same physics, so I don't know exactly how it works, but they're generally pretty bad in the winter. I'm just chilling here. Alright, let's get in front of that guy again since he got in front of me. Jeez. Oh, that guy was on my team. When did I pass him? I mean, at this point, we basically can't lose. But when I set out to block these AI, I don't want. It's kind of a failure of my intentions if my team doesn't beat all the AI, so I'll make sure we get all the top spots. Oh, what? That was a terrible turn. I don't think I can stall these AI enough for that guy to get back in it. Because we're so close to the end. Oh well. Alright. So, success on map number 1. I think map number 2, like, it forces you to do all 3 maps, even if you win the first 2. What I'm going to do is, map number 2, I'm going to just go for first and not slow down on the AI like I was just doing. We'll see how my team does. This will be a bit shorter because it's not a 3-lap race. Is it shorter? I don't know. Most of the sprints are shorter, but this one looks kind of long. I forgot they don't have the same penalty for crashing into the wall like they do with the online competitive racing stuff, player versus player stuff. So that guy can kind of get away with being utterly trash. Oop, that was bad. That would have definitely been a slowdown in a PvP thing. But as you can see,
Oh my god, I just missed a checkpoint.
that's sad. I was about to say, as you can see, I'm quite far ahead, but that's no longer the case. Now, if it wasn't in winter, they would not be so far behind. And missing a checkpoint like that would put me usually behind all the AI. But since this is winter, not quite where I wanted, but easy first place. That was quite silly. Well, we won this one. I don't gotta worry about slowing down the AI for my team on the last one. We can just go for first on the last one again. We've guaranteed ourselves the victory already. But quite often will not be so fortunate when doing the trial. Like I said, it's definitely the winter is the AI is way worse in the winter. I think they really need to buff the AI, to be honest. But it might just be because they know that people are too lazy to put snow tires on their car. Get out of my way. I wasn't even paying attention. What is this? Oh, it's a... Whoops. My bad. And then I get pushed from behind. I remember this route. Very small. We'll see how our teammates do again this time. Easy win. This guy with the Shelby Monaco, King Cobra, seems to at least know how to drive to some extent. Also kind of lucky there's only 4 players on our team. The more players you got, the more likely you're going to have a bunch of noobs. Like you have less of a ability to carry when there's more noobs, more people on your team, I should say. Oh man, that guy's got the same dance thing I got. Yep. So that's the trial. Usually significantly more difficult. Usually you won't beat any of the AI if you miss a checkpoint like I did. Although obviously that was just because I was looking backwards to see how far behind me they were. But here in the winter, things went well. It turned out that I didn't need to actually use all my special strategies. Really just needed snow tires and some good handling.